My friends, I've been over here thinking, always dangerous, and I realized we need something between speed reviews, between hauls. We need a video that would cover what I'm actually currently using and what I decided to stop using. Am I right? I mean, you get to see the brand reviews that I do every month. You get to see the new stuff in the new try-ons, but what about the products that end up being rejected? I'm so excited for this video. We have such a smorgasbord of products. We are going to be talking about K-beauty, affordable products, indies, high-end products. I'm throwing a handful of makeup products back into this video, which I can finally do because our lighting is now fixed. If you want some spoilers for this video, expand the description box below where you will find everything we're going to talk about in today's video, as well as links to all of the products. So let's go ahead and start this video off. We're going to do skincare first, and let's start with, oh my gosh, a product that has gone viral. I talked about this in a past speed reviews, and so many people have asked me for an update. This is the Cica and Hyaluron VT Cosmetics Reedle Shot, the 100 variety. They have several different varieties. This is a product that contains these little plant-based Reedles, which are meant to mimic needles, as in microneedling. In the video where I talked about this product, the second video actually, since I received it complimentary through the Stylevana Advent Calendar, in that video I said that I felt it was uncomfortable, but I didn't want to write it off. Today is the video where I finally acknowledge I am not picking this product up. It's time to write it off, Alice. Sometimes you try a product and you just realize it's not for you, and that's the case for me with this product. No matter how viral it is, I am just never going to reach for it. But let me tell you why. There's several reasons this isn't for me, and the most glaring reason is, as I just said, it's meant to be a microneedling type of product. I already microneedle. And there's something I keep coming back to in so many conversations about skincare, and that is that we don't need to overuse ingredients. We don't need to be redundant with ingredients. We don't need to be redundant with concepts either. If you are microneedling, you probably don't also need a microneedling serum. The second reason is because I do have acne. My skin can look like that pretty easily. You know, I have to have a much more complicated routine than somebody who does not have adult acne. I do have acne. It is much more under control these days, but that is because I rotate a lot of active ingredients. You're going to see some in this video. I am always rotating with great care the actives that I use, and what I don't want to do is add in a product that is going to increase the absorption of those actives. You know, those actives are designed to be used at very specific levels so that you see benefits without irritation. And the third and final reason this isn't for me is because VT Cosmetics suggests that you do not use this with devices. And that's another thing that I use. As you may have seen in our last new skincare try-on, I just bought the newest Medicube A-Jar device that is meant for eyes and lips. And the idea behind this device is that it is an electroporation device, which is made to increase absorption. So you see how it's not a perfect microneedling device, but it is similar in what it accomplishes. Again, I will stress, this is not me saying that this is just objectively a bad product. To be honest with you, I don't know. I've only used it a total of 3 times, and again, every other time I've looked at it, I've realized, oh, today's not a good day, because there's not enough good days for me personally with my routine to use that product. I don't necessarily think it's a bad product. In fact, if you've tried it, feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. But I do think that this is a product where I do think that there should be more conversation about precautions. You know, every single time I ever talk about microneedling on this channel, I talk about all of the precautions that go hand in hand with it. If you have a microneedling serum, we should probably still have those same precautions. I'm a little nervous. I have 2 products from The Ordinary that I'm saying are out in my routine, and I know some people really love The Ordinary. So let me stress when talking about these two, it is not because they're bad products, it's just that I want to try something else. So first up, The Ordinary's Multi-Peptide Lash and Brow Serum. I talked all about this product in my lash serums comparison video, and I said that I wasn't really sure if I was going to keep using it. I did try to use it only on one eyelash and just kind of see what would happen if I did that, but I didn't stick with that. Vanity got to me. It did, though. I found myself over here going, do I really want to walk around with one eyelash looking that much better than the other? I think it still happened. I was using it on this eye and not this one, and I do feel like these look it's just a little bit more full. I was browsing the Yesstyle website, and I saw a new release that I just had to try. It is from Dr. Melaxin, and it is called I guess it's just called the EGF Ampoule and Black Bean Tonic. So get this. This is a product that has two sides to it. One is essentially The Ordinary's Multi-Peptide Lash Serum. It's got a lot of peptide ingredients in it, not just EGF. It's actually a more comfortable applicator as well. The Ordinary's it's kind of stiff. It's not the most pleasant application experience. So that's your EGF Ampoule, and on the other side is the Black Bean Tonic. And that is your standard mascara applicator, but it's a clear product. And get this is my favorite detail of all. This product is 10 milliliters of product. The Ordinary's is 5 milliliters. Wouldn't you think you'd get less product in this? But no, it's double. It's double. So it's the same amount of product of the lash serum and then that lash coat as well. So I'm very excited. I've never heard anything about this brand, Dr. Melaxin. It's a K-beauty brand. Let me know if you have heard about them, but I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And again, double the amount of product, this costs less than The Ordinary's Multi-Peptide Serum. I am also setting aside The Ordinary's Multi-Peptide Serum. This is a little hard for me because I do really like this product. I just made a video talking all about how the argireline peptide in this product works. I'm setting aside argireline as well, by the way, because I bought from Indeed Labs the Snoxin 2. What category is Indeed Labs? They're not an expensive brand, but they're probably not drugstore. Are they indie? Regardless, this had my interest because this also contains a neurotransmitter inhibiting peptide, much like argireline, a very different mechanism from what we talked about in my argireline video, but nonetheless, same principle. They actually modeled this peptide, the XEP018 peptide, after, brace yourselves, venomous snails. But I love science. So listen, I don't dislike this product. I've loved it for a very long time now, but it's like I said in my products versus ingredients video. I will set this one aside. I'm not a loyalist to it. So Indeed Labs, let's see what you got here in this Snoxin 2 peptide product. I will report back. Let's move on to talking about a toner. Now, this one appeared in one of my new skincare try-ons, the Anua BHA 2% Gentle Exfoliating Toner. They were very kind to send this over to me, and I will say, overall, I think it's a great option, but I am setting it aside. To be honest with you, I feel if you are looking for a perfect K-beauty dupe of the Paula's Choice 2% BHA, I actually feel this might be the closest in K-beauty that I've ever tried. I did take the pH of this, and it is a lower pH versus the BHA product that I typically use, which is the Eccentree 2% Chestnut BHA. Eccentree has a higher pH, which a lot of people initially criticized. However, keep in mind salicylic acid may not be pH dependent in the way that AHAs such as glycolic acid, lactic acid are. So really this is a personal preference thing. Some people might prefer to stick with what they know has worked for them in lower pH products. But for me, I'm willing to try higher pH products of BHA. Again, I feel that Eccentric product has gone great for me personally, and when you have a lower pH, you may experience more stinging. You all know I have a little bit of a more sensitive skin type, and I did feel like it just felt more aggressive to me. So again, another case of not a bad product. I used up to about here in this product before deciding I'm gonna switch to something else. And I do feel this is my most unfair comparison. I'll explain. This is a product that I just got in PR, but I've been eyeing for a very long time. It is the Facegym Skin Changer. I'm switching this out as my exfoliant because this is a product that is based in PHA instead of BHA. I got a tricky skin type, I'm always juggling actives, yada yada, but I do want to have an exfoliant in my routine somewhere, and I think now is as good a time as ever to try this product. It's cold, I'm tired of the cold. Who is with me? Who is with me? This also has some succinic acid in it, which I feel that was a very polarizing ingredient for the skincare community, especially a couple years ago. Who remembers? Pepperidge Farm remembers. But I'm definitely willing to give it a go. Again, I do think that you don't necessarily have to pay this much for this type of product. There are plenty of PHA products in K-Beauty, many of which I've had a great experience with. But I have been curious about this product for a while, so I am going to give it a go. Are you all familiar with Skingym? I just said Skingym. I was about to tell you all that it's Facegym. It's Facegym. I was about to tell you all that I've mixed this brand up with Skingym. Some of us have even had chats about this. Facegym is the brand that is carried at Sephora. Skingym is the brand that is carried at Ulta, and I feel like Facegym has some very interesting products. They have these dissolvable microneedle products. Have you seen those? It's very interesting, but I get so stuck on the fact that this brand also sells a ball. That's right, I said a ball. The skincare brand sells a skincare ball, and it's a ball. Finally, somebody came out with your dog's favorite skincare brand. Let me know if any of you have tried anything from Facegym, and I will let you all know in time how this product goes for me. Let's talk about a couple of moisturizers next. So I feel like I've talked about this in so many videos. The Neogen High R Exosome Cream. This is out for me because I am almost done with it, and I cannot believe I've almost finished this product in 3 weeks. This is a really good example of what I was talking about in my haul, where I said if you have a dry skin type and you buy a moisturizer that is kind of more designed for normal to oily skin types, you get to find out really quickly the drawbacks. Namely, that you just plow through moisturizers. This has such a gorgeous formula. I've really liked the formula, but this is not inexpensive, and to go through it in, less than a month, it's a bit shocking. It is a bit shocking. So I'm gonna try to save this till summer. I'm gonna try to set it aside and come back to it in the warmer months and see if it works out better for me then. But for now, I'm setting that one aside, again, not because it's bad, but because it's not giving me the dryness relief that I need in the middle of January. What's in instead is the R&W Ceramide Cream. Now, this is a little bit of a tricky one because I expected this to be a much heavier product than it is, but it is surprisingly lightweight too. R&W is our brand of the month for February, so I will hold off on my thoughts until you get to see all of my thoughts on R&W. Since both of those moisturizers are a bit more lightweight, I'm happy to tell you that I also have some heavier moisturizers to talk about. So here's what's out. The Elemis Pro Collagen Marine Cream. It's not really a secret that I love Elemis. I talk about them from time to time, but I don't love to talk about them because they're very expensive. So true story, when I bought this moisturizer, I did the thing that I do fairly often with expensive products where I get to a couple uses left in there and just stop using it. Because I don't want to run out of product, then I would have to buy it again, but it's very expensive and I don't want to buy it again, so I do this thing. I'm an imperfect being. So I still like that product, but it's just too expensive. And one of you recently pointed out, Mason, I think, pointed out that Elemis is not running the same consistent deals that they used to. Yeah, they've been a little more stingy. So I'm so happy to tell you that what's in is a product that I tried on in my new skincare videos from Regelica. This is the bakuchiol and niacinamide anti-aging cream. Do you ever try a product and just feel like it's such a perfect fit for you as an individual? I believe I even said this when I first tried this product on, but it's just such a good match for me. It contains 7 different forms of seaweed extracts, which I believe is a lot of why I've loved the Elemis brand. In addition to 2% niacinamide, the perfect level for my skin type. As somebody who is a bit more dry, 2% niacinamide is the level where you see relief from dryness. Niacinamide is a very different ingredient depending on the percentage that is used. Regelica is still a high-end brand, a very interesting high-end brand. They are a K-beauty American brand. Still a bit more expensive, as this is $72 for 2 fluid ounces. I just had to look up the price of the Elemis. Elemis is now $93 for 1 fluid ounce. But it gets better. I was planning on telling you all of this, but I've been in communication with Regelica. They did send this over. I told them how much I've been loving this, and they gave me a 25% off code to share. Quick math, Alice, come on. I think that is 54, so that would make this 54 for 2 ounces in comparison to 93 for 1 ounce. We have almost 75% off compared to Elemis in terms of price per ounce. And yet, I like this more. So if you're looking for an Elemis dupe, here it is. And my last category of skincare items is eye care. I feel like I've been over here trying a ton of eye creams because they never come up in our brand trials. There's none for this month either. But that's great. We have a lot of new eye creams on the market. I can test them. But let's do a bit of a throwback because I did talk about Stratia sending me their Lipid Gold eye cream. I'm about... Is that more than halfway through? But I gotta be honest with you about this. I know I just called Stratia my #1 favorite brand. I love Lipid Gold, love it dearly. This right here, Lipid Gold eye cream, I don't like it as an eye cream. They say on here, apply a thin layer to eye area, a little goes a long way. That's an understatement. It is so hard to pump out the tiniest amount of this, and if you overpump it, yes, that's now a word, if you overpump this, you end up with very yellow under eyes. What, Alice? You love Lipid Gold. It's one of your holy grail products, yes. And this actually has a better formula. There's more going on in the Lipid Gold eye cream, so I didn't want to just give up on this. I saw several people on Instagram say this. I don't know who to attribute with being who I saw say this first, but I saw a lot of other people saying that they too weren't loving this as an eye cream. Instead, they were loving it as a treatment, a spot treatment, if you will, for dry patches. And I tried that and oh my gosh, this is the best spot treatment for dry patches. Of course, Stratia came through. So it's a very unique case here where I do love this product, but not as intended. I don't like it as an eye cream. I don't like it as an eye cream, but eye cream is an optional step in the first place. Let me know if any of you have tried this, if you've had similar experiences. I think we have quite a few other fellow Stratia enthusiasts on this channel. So let me know how it's gone for you if you've tried this. I've decided to bring in 2 products here. First up, I received from Beautystat the Universal C Eye Perfector with L-ascorbic acid. I've already been trying this for a while, and so far I know that I do like this product. I was very skeptical. L-ascorbic acid around your eye area, I thought that this would sting. No, it doesn't sting. They actually added a bit of tint to it, but not in the same way as the In Beauty Project. If you saw my In Beauty Project review, I talked about how their tint felt like it was limited to a lighter shade range. Instead, Beautystat gave this a kind of peachy color correcting tone to it. So I actually feel this probably will work on all skin tones. You know, Beautystat is a Black-owned brand. Side note, it's February. We should be getting 10x points on Black-owned brands at Ulta at some point this month. So make sure you have your wish list going now. It's a beautiful texture. It does have that kind of more silicone feel, which that's a mixed bag. Some people like that and some people don't. If you like that, that's how this feels. It is nice under concealer. If you want to put a concealer on top, just skip one of those dedicated color correctors for under your eye area and use this instead, with the principle being that you get long-term results from the L-ascorbic acid and immediate results from the pigment ingredients in this. Very pleased with this, am going to keep using it, but also in the Love Your Skin event, one of you went off about how much you loved this Beautybio eyeliner concentrate, and you just talked me right into it. I'm only going to tell you first impressions of this. I've tried it now a couple of times, but I still feel like I'm in the first impressions phase of this product. I do really like the applicator. I love that it is a full 0.5 fluid ounces. Like I said in my Ulta video, when brands have a rollerball type of applicator or this type of applicator, a metal tip, they usually give you a lot less product, which I think is so rude. Why would you giveth and then taketh? This is your full regular 0.5 fluid ounce size, and I respect that. It does have less tint to it than I thought it would, which is both good and bad depending on what you're looking for. And they say it's a serum, which it does sink in quickly. It's a very interesting texture. Again, I'm holding off on my thoughts on this because I'm still deciding, but I am excited to try it. Let's talk about a few makeup products. So I want to update you all on some foundation products that are both out. First up, the Smashbox Always On Skin Balancing Foundation. I bought this in some kind of 10x event that Ulta did, so I got a good deal on it, and it's an olive shade. That's a good selling point for me. I have a difficult skin tone to match because I'm fairly neutral, but I do have some green and some gray undertones under the tones. So yeah, it's very hard to find, in particular a full coverage foundation. That's a challenge. So I got this. First things first, I'm gonna say this is more for oily to combination skin. I have a few more things to say on that one, but I'm gonna come back to it. I got this one in PR, the Rose Inc Soft Light Skin Smoothing Liquid Foundation in the shade 2In, which is also described as having olive undertones. I started to make a reel about these, and I'll put the reel up on the screen for you. I started to make a reel because I thought that I was really making a point in comparing these two side by side. It is shocking to me that you would have two fair olive foundations that look so different. My theory is, I think it is the amount of saturation. I think it is the amount of green in those that is differing so much. But I never posted this reel because I don't want to do the thing online where I act like I know for sure about a topic when I don't know. This is Alice theory. You know, I'm certainly not a makeup artist. I've never studied color theory, so it could be more things going on in this foundation. Whatever the full explanation may be, I am absolutely confident that the Rose Inc is a way better match for me. A way better match for me. I have found this to be true with Rose Inc as a whole. You know, I did a big Black Friday haul with the brand, and then I went back for a second haul because their tones work for me. And I'm still glad I bought the Smashbox to realize this doesn't work for me, because you know what else I decided not to buy after seeing swatches? The new About Face foundation, which says it has olive shades, but it looks like this kind of olive foundation. But I'm setting aside both of those. I'm actually wearing the Rose Inc today, so you can see, I don't ever put foundation on my neck. So you can see it really is a great match for me, but it's still just a little bit too drying for in the winter months. So I saw a foundation that was going viral on social media for dry skin types, and I bought it. I got a good deal on this on the Space NK website. This is the Laura Mercier Real Flawless Weightless Perfecting Foundation, and so far, while it is new to me, so far I am very impressed. Next up is concealer. I feel like this is the hardest category in this whole video because I am about to tell you that I am setting aside my absolute favorite concealer, and it was a quest to find my favorite concealer. By far, the Kulfi concealer. This is a fantastic concealer. It is the most flattering in terms of how it sits on me, no creasing. We'll talk more about that. But I'm setting it aside because I wanted to try something more affordable. Everything's expensive these days. Let's find something more affordable. And Reddit kept saying over and over again that the Joah Perfect Complexion Eye Serum Concealer is one of the most underrated concealers out there. Again, it's newer to me, but I am so impressed with this. I didn't really think I would like this applicator system, but let me tell you, I think that this applicator system is part of why it's working so well for so many people. So like I was saying with the Kulfi, it creases the least on me. If you really think about it, it's not that the concealer itself is creasing, it's that we are moving our faces. We are creasing, and then the concealer might or might not stay in those lines. I think a big trick is to find the perfect amount of concealer for each product. So for example, Tarte Shape Tape, you need the tiniest amount of that. The Kulfi is a lot more forgivable if you accidentally apply a little bit too much. It's not as terrible of a look as Tarte Shape Tape. Whereas with this, because it has that applicator and also this beautiful formula, ceramides, peptides, it's a great formula too. It's a perfect combo. It's very hard to overdo the amount of this product that you apply, and so we have an affordable drugstore concealer that, as they say, does not crease. When you crease your face, it doesn't. You get my argument. Really happy with this so far. Sometimes Reddit steers me very much in the right direction. And my friends, that brings us to the end of this video. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you enjoyed this video format. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you all next time.